Hello, my name is Daniel, and I want to share this stuff with you. This one I have to do like this. Um, Close that, paste it, and it'll go. And then this one's fine. Okay. Uh, Please watch this somewhat. I'm not sure if anyone has ever shown you some of these structures on Mars. Okay. Now, before I post that, I want to get my Mars set up, okay, guys? Now, let me get this over here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now, I gotta go to Mars. So how do you go to Mars? You take Google Earth and you press Mars on this little tiny planet thing. Then you type in uh, Cydonia Labyrinthus. Okay, if you don't spell labyrinthus correctly, try uh, try Cydonia in general. Okay, get rid of the labyrinthus part. Darn it. Oh, I see what I did wrong. Sorry. Cydonia labyrinthus. No plus. Okay, there it goes. Now it's gonna bring us over here. And first and foremost, um, because I'm contacting NASA's Twitter, I want to have something they haven't seen, but I use the face as a reference point. Now, um, I have some stuff I sent to a friend, from relatively distant of this area. This is all lake bed-esque markings. Looks like a dry lake bed. A big one of some sort. Looks different than Earth type, but it would have been a big one, maybe even an ocean. Anyway, now here's the face on Mars. But for the most part, I want to show you these little things. There's a lot of stuff over here, over here, over here, over here, and over here, and over here, and especially this. This is unique. And then there's more. There's a bunch of weird shaping things and lots of stuff to explore. But also, above this, now I'll move away from that, even though that's my most convincing argument. There's more over here, and there's probably more around the face. And over here we have some more stuff, and lots of craters. But still, what's interesting about this location is the evidence of water prior water lake bed, and then for there to be so many weird objects right next to the lake bed, it's almost directly correlating with what we would know for most civilizations to have done. So, for example, we used to say this is just a wind dust ball, but at the same time, it has these little things, even though it doesn't look quite like a face. It still has something unique about it. This right here is a straight line. This is oval. Okay. Now, that does look like a worn, weathered face, actually. And if it were to be weathered, that's what it would probably look like. Now, here's some weird, interesting things. These might be hard to excavate or even get anything out of it, but we can see this is like a door opening. Looks like a pillar thing and a thing and a thing and a thing. And here we have another thing that looks like it might have been a thing, dust covered, overblown. But This looks really worn, but this is unique because this is definitely not natural. We have what looks to be two eyeballs and a point and a point and a horn and a horn. That is unique. And it just doesn't make sense to be a natural. So there's a lot of stuff going on in this general area. This almost looks like a skull. Right. So there's some weird stuff, but it's all very well weathered. And it's interesting. And I think it might be worth looking into. I don't mind exposing it or uh, exposing myself or sharing my quote unquote discoveries. I think people have seen this before, and I think they already know this is something. And NASA, I'm not sure how seriously they take it, but if you're going to send rovers random places and look at dirt, you might as well send them here too, just in case. So that's my argument for NASA to send something here, check it out, and maybe even discover something groundbreaking. And I think it's quite interesting. It looks like an archaeological find to me. So, um, now here I have to do one more thing before I post that on Twitter. Um, I'm gonna get off here real quick and go to my Facebook. I don't remember um, where I first discovered this other thing. My friend talks a lot. My friend and I talk a lot. We both talk a lot, and it's gonna be a while before we get up there. So hold on. It'd probably be faster if I go over here. And yeah, okay. So there's a lot of talk above here, but I once sent him a special image, and it's really important for me to share with you. Um, I've done a few videos like this already, but can we hurry up, please, Daniel? I'm working on it right now. How hard long ago is it? Pretty long. He likes to talk to me. I seem to talk as much as he does. So anyway, there's so much more to do. I can already tell. Yep, it's pretty far up there. Sadly, this is the only location I'm aware of that I have actually saved this picture. Please excuse me. What a bunch of junk I'm doing here. We talk too much. Me and Jack have a lot in common, though. Maybe. My friend. I can't believe it's this far up. Sorry, everybody. Everybody watching, apologies. Good lord. How long did you guys talk? Nah. too long. Good lord. No, oh my gosh. What do you guys talk about even? Come on. What was that? Nothing. I told him I got attacked in a spiritual experience. Physically. By a demon. Man. He probably doesn't believe me. It was like a ghost or a demon. Either way. Anyway. Scary stuff. Anyway. Working really hard. Almost there. I promise. There it is. Alright, cool. Daniel found another thing. Yes. Alright, so this is Cydonia Labyrinthius, but that's not quite where it is right there. This is located at 25-20-40. Can you type it in? I think so. Hold on. We're at 40. Alright, so what you do is you go down. Where is it from here? 20, 20, 20. Zoom out a little bit. No. Zoom out. Man. 20, Daniel. Go to 20, please. Alright. So you're at 20, and you were at 25, 20, 40. 25, 20. And then 40. The heck is that, Daniel? 25, 20, 40. That should be like right here, actually. Roughly. You see it? No. I don't see it anywhere. Can you... Daniel, where was it? Give me a break, please. This doesn't look like what I was looking at there. It says 70, 30, 70, 7, 17. You're way off. You have to go 70. 70, Daniel. 70. Almost there? Well, here's something. Okay. I'm gonna post it now. I think I've almost found it. Okay, now hold on. Is this it? No. You have to go to 70. Right. I'll go back to that. Now you're at 70. What now? Oh, here it is. Or something. Well, we found something. Oh. Okay. I see you found something that looks like water and then weirdness. Yes. Okay. Is this it? No. Okay. Oh, is this it? Um, good question. 20. There it is. Okay. Now, are you gonna be able to find that other area? Is this it? It looks like a big crunkle. Yes. Well, um, strange stuff here, but no, don't go that far. 70, 25. Is this it? I don't know. You're close. Oh, here we are. Is this it? Yes. That's the large opening. Um, then also what you want to do is get that painting open. Yes. Okay. Put that away. Get this image and compare it. Yes, this is it. You found it. Alright. So, I found multiple areas that seem to have water residue or lack or residual. This, to me, hopefully NASA will be watching at this very moment. This, to me, is evidence of water. Lots of water. So these, to me, are dried up water lakes, and that's a good example of what used to be here. Now, there's so much, though. It's all over the place around here. This, I know you're probably like, what the F is all this? I know, well, this is what appears to be water, um, archaeologically. Water dried. Lots of water dried all over the place around here. Dried lake or river, all over. But it goes all over, and there's lots of it, and some of it might not be water actually, or or lack of water, rather not so much actually water examples of dried water, but perhaps it is. Now, where was I earlier? I was somewhere around over here. There was a lot of stuff going on. Sorry I can't do everything, but there's a lot of what looks to be either ice or water or air or wind causing these weird, um, what look like little pathways that could have been once water, and there's a lot of it. That's exactly what I was looking for right there. Now, other than that, I wanted to show NASA something particularly besides all this. This isn't even what I wanted to show them, but this is actually pretty impressive in terms of like finding locations that have weird, what resemble dried lakes or dried rivers all over the place around here. Anyway, where is this exactly? Um, it's near the bottom of Mars, and it goes all over the place. There's all sorts of different locations. Um, anyway, my favorite area is if you were to send a rover, uh, NASA, if you were to send a rover somewhere, my favorite place for you to send one is right over here. This is also what looks to be a dried lake bed or something, but this is where the face is. But near the face makes all sorts of weird other structures. So that's the base everybody gives you crap about, NASA. I'm sorry about that. I'm not trying to give you crap about it. I'm just showing you what other people may not have showed you, and you may not have bothered to look in around here at all this other stuff. Now, this is what I want you to look at, NASA, because this stuff is really interesting. Um, it's all over this area. That's a crater, obviously, but this is my most favorite discovery of what the F is that kind of thing. So I circle this and I say, what is that? That's not natural. You know what I mean? And it looks like it was once a structure of some sort, right next to some other weird stuff that looks like a skull. And it's like, look at all this weird stuff, and it's like, what are the odds that this weird stuff would be right next to what appears to be some dried lake or river, or an ocean even? There's so much evidence of water archaeologically being here at some point. It would also make sense that some of these things may have been once inhabited and someone left these structures. And to say that these aren't structures or that they are natural is wrong. It's just plain wrong. Even if you're a skeptic, this stuff is worth looking into. This is a unique structure not seen on Earth. And if this is a real Google Mars photo from a telescope, then we have reason to believe that this would be a good place to excavate or do archaeological digs, or even to check out what this stuff is. This is some weird stuff. And to say that it is just naturally forming is just weird. To say at that point, it's just weird to say that it's natural. Because it just doesn't look natural. None of it does. None of this looks natural. It's very strange. And it's worth checking out. And there's more. There's more. And it's weird. Now, none of this looks like structures, but some of it looks interesting. It's a lot more interesting than anything I've ever seen on Mars, to say the very least. I should have tagged Robert Zubrin, because he'd probably be like, what the F? That's cool. Be, the only person I can ever think of that would actually think this is cool is Robert Zubrin. And I don't think anyone else really cares at this point. But NASA, if you ever took this seriously, please do, because I am convinced, not as a you know, I'm not exactly a scholar, but from what I have learned in school, from whatever amount of level of scholarship I have, this is definitely not natural behavior structurally. This is all very strange and foreign and alien. And I think it is what it is. It's an archaeological site of old Martian stuff. It's just what it is to me, anyway. I don't know if you'll be convinced, but I am convinced by a lot of these things. I would, if I could go there, or if I could send a rover there, I would definitely have one scope it out. Would I have one scope this out? Not really, because why? Unless it looks like there's something you can discover there. There's nothing to discover, but what's interesting is even if these are just old structures that are so old that there's nothing to be found, maybe one day we can uncover something through some huge amount of digging and actually discover more maybe tools that they used, or even carcasses, bones of their people if they died. Whatever kind of people they were, we don't know at all, but it looks like they had horns or wore some kind of helmets that looked like horns on them. This, to me, is very interesting because it looks like an eye, an eye, and a horn, and a horn, and it would look like a gate. It looks like a door opening. but it also looks like a demon. But I'm not saying it's demons. I'm just saying this is interesting because it's not natural. And if it is natural, that depends on how you um, perceive natural things. Like, let's say, well, I believe in life having been created and it is natural. But if you're like, let's say, a scientist or a skeptic or a Darwinist, you would believe that this is also natural forming throughout uh, um, uh, space and time, I suppose. That it would life would have to have come from something and done designs naturally, as that is what you believe. So nature should reflect um, this sort of thing, you know. And either way, I don't think this is not life related. I do think this is life related. Either way, or depending, either doesn't matter where you think life came from. Um, this is uh, probably what you would consider a structure made by a life form, because it would have to have um, made this strange, unless you think it's an accident, but that's improbable. Horns is improbable, and two eye hole things, and also it being like, well, it looks like it might even have been maybe a ship opening, but either way, this is old. This is old. That's all I can say. This is very old stuff. I don't know how long it's been around, but I know that most people don't look at this or talk about it very frequently. Only a few people talk about Cydonia as they already know about it, and it just is interesting. And scientifically speaking, it's definitely not natural. So hopefully one day we'll be able to check out this weird city on Rover and have some pictures of it. That would be cool. And I wish I had tagged Robert Zubrin because he probably already knows about this. I'm not sure if NASA, I don't know if you know about this. I'm sure you do, but it's certainly interesting. And I'm just trying to make a case that this isn't worth ignoring. And archaeologically, it's just too interesting. Hmm. And it's certainly not nothing. There's just too much weird weirdness. Some weird stuff. That's weird, actually. That almost looks like a triangle, and that is weird. But it's all very well worn. Even though it's worn, it still has its indicative unnatural formations. These are unnatural formations that would have to have taken a one in a million shot to just randomly occur. This is what I'm trying to say. And they're not, um, what do you call this? Uh, they're not craters either. And that this one, it's questionable. Like, you could say this was a pyramid, but I don't know. It looks so old that I almost want to say that's probably nothing. I don't know. I mean, it's weird, huh? But the weirdest part is how many weird things there are around here, but especially this one. This one is my most favorite. Can't really throw that out. You can't say this is natural. This one you could say maybe because it's so worn, but it probably was something. And that what I think is really interesting about it is this is a pyramid worn down, which is also kind of discouraging because that means a lot of the stuff you might find here might not be all that in good condition or even at all there. It might be so covered in dust or old, but either way, you could do that. You could you could dig this stuff up if no one else has already. Maybe find some cool stuff, but it would be very fragile and old, probably. That's all I'm saying. Cool stuff. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and hopefully one day we go explore these areas with people or with rovers. I hope one day someone does. Thanks. Bye-bye.